So, we have two subjects that I really wanted to cover today. Obviously, as always, we're going to open it up for general discussion and conversation here in a little bit. But I had two really specific, really three really specific items that I wanted to cover when it comes to social proof. Um, Social proof is gold. I mean, it is like how we buy as humans. Amazon pretty much pioneered it, well, like 20 years ago now, and they started reviews. And those simple little reviews help people to decide if they wanted to buy a product or not, obviously. But in the MSP space, it's like a secret weapon because most of us are pretty bad at getting reviews. I mean, just in general, like I've been preaching get more reviews for a long time now, and we still all, including all tech sometimes, struggle with getting more specifically Google reviews. So today I wanted to go over a couple of like literally in the next like 5 to 10 minutes. I won't take up too much time on this segment. Some specific tactics we can do to get more reviews and some specific examples as to why they're so powerful. So I want to start with a MSP Camp member that I jumped on a call with like a few weeks ago, and they were not showing up in the map pack. Real quick, Stephen or Maddie, can y'all see the waiting room, or am I the only one that can see the waiting room?
Let me check. I can see all the participants and everything, but I don't
Okay.
believe I have access to the waiting room.
Okay, I need to get y'all access to that. So all right, so I'll just be reviewing it so I can admit people as they request. I'm just gonna allow. Oh, there's no way to just let people come in when they come in. But anyway, all right. So the first example I want to do is an MSP Camp member who was not showing up in the map pack at all. Map pack, as we know, when someone searches near you, the first thing that comes up is ads. Ads for the MSP space are expensive but valuable because there's high intent there. Somebody's searching, yes, I need IT services in this city. That's about as high intent as you get, which is why you're at 40, 50, $60 a click. Not a lot of MSPs are doing pay per click well, I feel like. But anyway, ads first, right under the ads. In most situations, you're going to get the map pack. Now, what's cool is you can actually buy ads in the map pack now. That's something that we're actually kind of looking at. And I think that's pretty cool. Even if you don't have a physical address in that city, you can still buy that service area and show up in the map pack, which is pretty cool. But for the most part, the results in the map pack are organic. They are free if you do this well. Underneath that is when we get into organic listings. That is how well your SEO is doing or not doing. So I wanted to show real quick an example. I hope this works. Like I hope it actually is true what I'm about to show. But I was helping Alessandro over at Infotech Montreal. They were not showing up in the map pack at all. Like just a couple weeks ago. Wow, I got so much stuff. Um, so we go to incognito and we type in IT services Montreal, which is the city they're in, a very competitive city. There is number one on the map pack, organic, is Infotech Montreal. They were not on the map pack a few weeks ago, and they had like 10 reviews. Now, there are a couple of factors as to what gets you ranked on the map pack. Proximity to searcher. So if somebody's close to your physical location in Montreal, you're going to show up. You're going to have a higher likelihood of showing up. Google, the number of reviews is another factor, and then how filled out your profile is. Um, there's a guide on MSP Camp on how to do Google My Business correctly. You really don't want to have computer repair as one of your services, as an example. But my point is, Infotech Montreal for sure over the next 12 months is going to get leads because they're on the map pack now. Now, it's not like this is the end all be all of MSP marketing, but it's nice to get like an extra lead a month or a lead a quarter from this one tactic, which is just showing up in local search. So that's one example of why reviews are so powerful in the MSP space. Isn't that pretty cool? So everyone like it's pretty dope. Like he literally 3 weeks ago they weren't showing up, and now they're showing up number one for most people searching. And this is incognito, nothing's cached. Like this is just where they're at now, which I'm just like super proud of Alessandro for taking that leap. And he only has 33 reviews. That's nothing crazy. All right. The next one I wanted to show real quick.
I'm sorry, did you say there is a paid version for this as well?
Yes. So, like, if I type in IT services Lakeland, whoops, you'll see that this person is buying this spot in the map pack. They're in Haines City. They're not in Lakeland, but they say their service area is Lakeland, and they've bought a um, local ad here. So pretty interesting there that people can now purchase a an ad in the map pack. Now we're looking at the best way, like how do we do that the best? And right now I don't have much of a recommendation, but it's a nice benefit to doing pay-per-click ads if you're doing that. All right. Moving on. Um okay, here's another example real quick. Tech Tribe. I love Tech Tribe. We go to Product Vault and we scroll down. No one even knows about the Product Vault in Tech Tribe, really. I mean, it's not like it's a super visited area. But if we go to marketing content or just marketing in general, MSP Camp has reviews. Nobody else is putting any emphasis on review, which is fine. Like, why would they put emphasis on review? There's not that many people visiting this page. Like, I get why people may not get reviews. But because we have reviews, no other reason, because there's not much criteria here. There's no landing page for them to look at. There's nothing except the name and reviews. Because of that, we have significantly more views and hits than anybody else on this page, including Robin Robbins. And the only factor, the only variable that is different here, unless people just really love the name, is that we have reviews. So I just wanted to kind of like reiterate the importance of getting social proof, um, just in general. Now let's kind of move into, well, how do we do it? Like, what are some good tactics to just like, all right, I want to get a bunch of reviews. Um, Mike Harrington is a member of MSP Camp. I was hoping he was on this call, but he's not. He did something recently where he said, "Hey, any engineer that gets a 5-star review, we're gonna buy you, like we're gonna take you out to, or we're gonna buy you lunch or something." It was like a really small incentive. It was nothing crazy at all. But then the techs were asking for Google reviews, and he said their reviews literally just like skyrocketed that month. So like that's a unique way to do it. I've never really thought about that, but that's kind of cool. I MSP Camp is giving away a $500 Meta Quest 3. It's only $500. I actually bought another one for me, and they're pretty freaking sweet. Like I'm kind of blown away by these things. But anyway, so I'm giving away an incentive of $500 for this thing, and like overnight we got an extra like 60 reviews between Google and Tech Tribe, and there's one other one. So incentives are actually pretty helpful in getting reviews. So don't feel weird about incentivizing your people to get reviews. I mean, there's, and it doesn't have to be just the owner or the manager of the company. If there's an end user that really loves your MSP, perfect. Ask them for a review too. Have it there, let anybody leave a review that works with you. You can even have partners leave you a review. Now, I will say a lot of this is tailored to local MSPs. Like, Daniel, I know you cover probably the whole country, right?
Too much,
Yeah.
too
But
much area.
but there's still value in it. Like MSP Camp, like we're not a local company. Why do I care about getting Google reviews? Because people are still going to search MSP Camp and they're still going to want to see good reviews. It's not as meaningful as if you're local, but it's still important, which is why we're putting some emphasis on it, and why I know you guys do a great job too. Um, so some specific tactics is one, give an incentive. Say that you get entered to a drawing or something like that, right? I just did another episode with Hunter Farlow. He was on recently when he gave, or last year when he gave away a Tesla. He added 10,000K MRR by giving away a Model 3. A Model 3 is not that expensive. And he added 10,000 MRR from it. Last year, he gave away a Corvette, the C8 Corvette, and he added, 20K MR, not as much as he was hoping for to give away a $100,000 car. But my point is, people really vibe with a carrot or an incentive. And so that's really important when trying to get more social proof. Now, when it comes to the hierarchy of social proof, what are we going to focus on first? Google is still like the king. Like we want to start with Google, but I've seen MSPs getting some solid leads from Clutch, from UpCity, and from Cloud Tango. All three of those, once you really get first spot in Google, we do want to start getting reviews in these other spots as well. Cloud Tango, UpCity, Clutch. All three of those do have value. I've literally heard an MSP that has gotten a client from each one of those. So it is still worth the effort in doing those listings and getting reviews on them. Another thing is you have to, I can't stress this enough, have to give the people the direct link. I mean, I think everybody pretty much knows that. I don't think I'm saying anything like mind blowing here. Or I don't even know of that much value. But in case there's somebody on the call that does not know that, oh, how do I hide this damn thing? I don't know how to hide the top bar. Oh well, I'll just kind of move. So if you go to, like, for instance, let's say MSP Camp. Oops. You have to MOSP Camp. You absolutely, we had 11 reviews last week. Now we have 47 because of a quest, right? And the thing is, they're really they're just like genuine reviews. Like, people really like MSP Camp. I don't think it's because they give a shit about winning a quest, right? Like, that's not the reason they're leaving a review. It's just that little extra to remind them, oh yeah, I do want to leave a review. At least that's what I'm telling myself. All right. So my point is here is you have to get the link. Why is my link not showing up? Okay. So when you own the Google My Business listing, all you have to do is click this little button, ask for reviews. You have to, and again, I'm sure we all know this, but you have to link directly to this form. We cannot email somebody and say, "Can you leave me a Google review?" Or it is not going to happen 9 times out of 10. But if you link directly to this form, it's a flipped. It will happen 9 times out of 10 because all they have to do is click that button. They don't need to Google. They don't need to find the review section. They just click the button. Awesome. Did everyone know that? Everyone knew that. Did anyone not know that? Did I just provide some help there? All right, cool. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate your engagement. All right, cool. Well, that's kind of like wrapping up the social proof section. Definitely use an incentive. Google first is the highest priority. The other thing, little nugget here, we all have a PSA that sends out survey results. And people only fill out those survey results if they're maximum happy or maximum pissed off. When we get those like maximum happy people results where we get that 100% and someone's like, I love them. Love the MSP. Just ask them, can you copy and paste that in this link? And again, 9 times out of 10, they're already raving fan. They're already happy. They will just copy it and paste it in here. Awesome. So before we move on to the next section, did anyone have any thoughts, questions, ideas about how they've done social proof or where we should maybe focus in other areas in social proof? Anything at all in social proof? Yes, Daniel.
I have a social proof question. So, yeah. and this is totally a discussion because I don't know the right answer to it. And I can think of both ways. So, we do case studies. I write a lot of case studies because I'm always paying attention to what my guys are doing, different projects and things, and thinking, oh, this is really cool. We could like share this as a case study.
Yeah.
But we don't want to be, we don't want to name drop on the case study because it's like a client, you know, we don't want to go and give away, oh yeah, this is this client, you know, because there's you know, I guess there's just a risk there when I mean, if nothing else, you're asking them to be called on by other salespeople. And so that could be lame. So I'm just raising that as a topic of discussion. Like, how do you all, you know, breach the topic of name dropping or using specific names in case studies, if you even do case studies?
I would love to hear other people's input on this. I know this is a fiercely debated topic that I've seen, you know, going back and forth, and it is totally up to the MSP and their comfort level. At Alltech, we do use the names of the company. We even use specific people that are giving us testimonials that we put in the case studies. Which, is there a risk? More than not doing that, yeah. But I think our security's on point. We do cybersecurity awareness training. Everybody knows what a phishing attempt is at this point. Everybody knows what social engineering is with our client base. So we're just like, we're just going to go for it. But totally respect and totally understand why an MSP may not want to do that. We, you know, we ask the client if it's cool. If they say yeah, we go with it. Because at the end of the day, like if somebody leaves a Google review, people are already going to know who's working with our MSP, and like they can just go to LinkedIn and see who works at those companies. So I don't know how much more risk a case study really, you know, creates, but yeah, it's a fiercely debated topic for sure. Does anybody else have any thoughts or input on how you guys do that or skin that cat?
We hired a company for cold calling a couple of years ago, and they're specifically doing MSPs, and that was one of their tactics. You know, they would go to your competition's Google reviews, you know, and say, you know what, these people already use what you call it, MSP, so they know. So we're gonna just call them. Maybe they were happy at the time, which was kind of a sneaky way of doing things. You know, I was surprised by learning that. Yeah. Just my 2 cents. Yeah.
Yeah, I've obviously for sure thought of that myself. And the reality is, like, all of our clients are getting poached all the time anyway, and they're all potentially about, you know, being attacked by criminals anyway. Like both those things are already happening all the time. So I'm just like, you know, we'll go with it. But yeah, that is a funny tactic, Ali. Those sneaky bastards. Just kidding. All right, cool. Well, now, anything else on thoughts on social proof? Are you guys fired up to get 100 reviews in the next like quarter or even 10? All right, nice. All right, I'm getting some head nods. This is good. I left Alltech a review because they set up MSP Camp's office infrastructure, and it was actually super smooth. And I was like, okay, cool. I was a little worried that you guys are going to drop the ball somewhere. So I left a genuine 5-star review. I was like, hey, they got me set up. I'm on business premium. Like I set up a new laptop, signed in, everything's there. Like, so yeah, Alltech earned another review from a new client